after the time it takes to make your seat, finally you have them sitting at home on your bench. It might be these Sport Air seats or some others of our selections, but basically this bolt-in kit would be the same that you will be getting. Consistent out of 2 brackets, 2 sliders, the lever, and the various screws. Next to the screws are the 2 Allen wrenches that you will need for the installation. This would be your normal seat after 35, 40 years in the car. You are able to see the vast material and how the craftsmanship, all that applied, as well as to find all the different posts and springs, so you really can appreciate that. Okay. And this would be when we have installed new seats, in this case Sport Air seat, in the car. They match, they are like the originals and are a value to your car. First, insert the headrest, because due to the headroom that you might have in your car, you might be able to slide it into the seats at a later time. Then flip the seat on its back so that the mountings, screws are clearly visible to you. We will now attach the sliders to the seat. Here we go. To install the sliders, you push this and slide the outer one slowly down. Installing them, little spring to the back, the prongs to the inside, and the flat side to the seat. So this would go now to this. We use our Allen bolts. Allen wrench with a bolt into the hole. And some customers prefer that they do some Loctite, apply it to the screw, then push it down and forward, and then insert the rear screw in the middle hole in the back. And now I tighten it down. Push it back up and tighten down the bottom one. The same thing applies to the other side. With both sliders now installed, springs to the rear, prongs to the inside, we can install the slider, the lever. Some people like to modify it so that they have more leverage. Some just leave it as it is. Onto the prongs, and then with some force onto the others, so that we have a secure lever. It is this spring mechanism that holds them in place. So if yours, when they come, are bent through shipping, please spread them a little bit, that there is some spring force behind it to keep them on the prongs. When you take out the old seats, just take the mountings inside the sliders. These brackets, which are the adjuster brackets from Porsche, have to remain in the car. Not only do they elevate the seat, but they also, otherwise you will have a gap of 25 millimeters. When we take out the seat, we loosened all the screws on the sliders, and please also from the seat belts, otherwise you got stuck halfway. When we take the seat out together with the sliders, please don't scratch your car. The sliders are still attached. Into these mountings now, our side brackets fit. with little M6 screws that are included in the kit. And this gives a flush design, so it looks better than, hopefully better than stock. And these go on the other side, here as well. The other mounting would be with a tilting bracket, which is optional. It goes as well on the same mounting points and with the same screws. This is how it should look like when you have the two side brackets attached to the car. Onto these we can now lever our seat. Don't try to scratch the car. And this is the first look how it should look like finished. We start on the front. We have two separate mounting holes here. One goes for a little bit shorter people and the other one for the more longer legged ones, so that you have more leg room. In this application we're still going with the front screws. It's a tight installation because you don't have much room. You can also use individual wrenches, and sometimes it's easier because the room that the seat and the sliders give us is not that wide. And you have a good handle and you can tighten it nicely. So you need 3 different Allen wrenches for our bolts. Small, medium, and medium. With the front screws tightened, we can slide then the seat forward all the way and tighten the screws in the rear. I just put the screws in lightly, and then the next one, and then I can tighten both down. Now with both screws in place, we can tighten them nicely down so it's secure to drive it in as well fast. And this would be when we have installed new seats, in this case Sport Air seat, in the car. Now you can install the ready installed seat with a slider unit and the tilting bracket into the car and drop it down on the original mounting points, and then we have to slide it back and bolt it down with the screws that we have, and it's ready. Please remember, always have the headrest on the seats when you install it, because these headrests are long and might not fit into the seat.